Okay, round three of the 2010 MSA British Touring Car Championship, sponsored by Dunlop, is on circuit, ready to go here at Brands Hatch. So this is the third race today. This is a reverse grid of the race finishing order from race two you saw a little bit earlier on. Like I said, three races today, so a new format this season for the touring cars, taking away from the two-race format the 90s cars ran last season. So the grid we have formed up this time out, we've got a few new cars. We've got all new cars on the grid this year, with the Honda Civic, the VW Golf, the Chevrolet Cruze, the Vauxhall Vectra, and the Focus ST, the cars in representation today. So the grid lineup is as follows then. So it will be number 4 of John Smith on pole position in his Honda Civic. Behind is the Vauxhall Vectra, number 888 of Ben Singleton, and then we've got the first of the I believe that's the first of the Focus STs. That is number 23 of Lapo Savari, one of our Italian drivers here this weekend. Then we've got the Then we've got the Chevrolet Cruze, of well, who's that? Can't even see the number on the car for that one, unfortunately. But I suspect that one is going to be Aaron McGrath in his number 20 car. That one is grid position number 4, so I'd hope so. Then we've got the other Focus ST, that's of Lukmanik Hakim. No idea if that's pronounced quite right, in the number 21 Focus ST. Behind is the Chevrolet Cruze, that is Owen Potter in number 2 in the Jason Plato car. Then we've got the Honda Civic of Jordan Fleming, number 52, and the back of the grid, the lone Volkswagen Golf on the grid, that is of Kevin Vanden Bosch. So a big lineup of touring cars, 8 cars on circuit, so matching them as we had rear end of last season with the 90s touring cars. Once again, Jordan Fleming in the box alongside me here at Brands Hatch this afternoon.
Hi Ben, great to be back for another season BTCC here. So new cars, some new drivers, few new tracks as well, I'm sure. So we should have some great racing this season as well.
Okay then, so we have a 7-lap dash in the feature races this year after a 5-lap 2 to 5 lap sprint race early on. So waiting for the lights to go on the gantry, and once they go out we are racing. So the road start arrives from the grid. Ready for the all clear, and the green lights go on. Away we go with the MSA British Touring Car Championship. 888 Vauxhall Vectra makes a great start down the inside. They're down towards Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. Are they going to get around the first bend okay? Bit of bumpers in there. The Vectra's gone sideways. We've got one of the Chevys out wide towards the runoff area, but apart from that, they're all around the first bend okay. Into Druid's hairpin, bit of bodywork clashing up there. 3 wide between the Civic, the Vectra, and the ST, and the ST pushed off the road. That was certainly Lapo Sivari going off wide, as they got the 23 car now running a bit wide. The 21 car has just disappeared off the screen. So your leader is going to be John Smith in the number 4 Honda Civic with a slightly broken skin, unfortunately. Behind him is one of the Chevrolet Cruzers. I think that may very well be Owen Potter in the number 2 car, as they come around to complete the first lap then of this feature race for the British Touring Cars.
You see that off the start, one of the Focus is a bit slow off the start line there, caused a wee bit of a back up into the first corner as they're going down Paddock there. So everybody sort of cooks their team up a little, so they're starting to spread out now a little with the front 3 just getting a little gap there. Kevin's, he's sitting there second last, so he's going to have to start making his way forward if he wants to catch these guys at the front, Ben.
Yes, so it looks like Potter is in question now from Vanden Bosch in the Volkswagen Golf. He might very well get the run down the back straight, the Brabham straight. They go right, then as they go left, then they will go right. Let's not make the same mistake as Donington Park again. And well, Vanden Bosch has now managed to get around the outside through there. That's going to drop Potter back into what I believe is now 5th place. At the head of the grid still is the Honda, of John Smith. Is the other Honda is attacking the back of the Chevrolet Cruze of that's Aaron McGrath. There comes in fact the Chevy's run a bit wide, and here comes the Honda, and he's saying it's blocked off there going into Druid's hairpin. So a bit of a naughty move from Aaron McGrath, it has to be said, on the front of Jordan Fleming's Honda that time by, but thankfully both cars able to survive that little skirmish as they go through the left hand at Graham Hill Bend.
Yeah, coming out the first corner, ran a little wide, and just touched the grass, which probably gave him a little bit of wheel spin, and as he came back on, the Honda had to put the brakes on as not to make contact there. So again, keeping it clean as we go around, coming around the second last. There's a longer right-hand corner, clip the inside of the curb onto two wheels, so that'll lose him a bit of momentum coming out of there, through clearways onto the straight. The Chevy in front just got a little bit of a gap, but John seems to be eking a gap in front.
Yes, John Smith has pulled away now. We very nearly saw the Honda of Jordan Fleming go up and over that. It was very close to being our first rollover of the season, as he's now going to attack the back of the Cruise. He's got himself wide. Here comes Van der Bosch down the inside in the Volkswagen. He can't make a mistake. The Golf is a very, very quick car we've seen. Here comes the Honda down the inside of the Chevy. Can't make the mistake. That was certainly McGrath closing the door, and here comes Van der Bosch down the inside. He's got a good run as they go into the left-hander at McLaren. They're going to go right, round, in towards Clearways. Left-hander, sorry, was Surtees, I apologise. The Honda gets a bit sideways. Here comes the Volkswagen back down the inside. Can he make a move stick this time by? I don't think he can. The slipstream is certainly getting used here down the inside. Can the Golf do it at turn 1? Van der Bosch going through, and he's got through into third place. He runs wide now, and the Honda will come back on the inside, side by side, into Druids. And this time the Honda has to back out, and Van der Bosch goes through comfortably into third place.
All good for the Honda now to stick in behind Kevin, try and follow on, keeping his weak tracks and gain momentum to get up to the second place and first place there. John, I've not seen him for a while, so he must be keeping that gap pretty good, which he is. And as you can see, the Chevy now being caught just ever so slightly by Kevin. He got such a great run out of that last corner. As he comes out of there, you can see him gaining on the Chevy there. He's probably even going to go up the inside already before they hit the start-finish straight. So side by side, and he's through. So as long as he gets some good braking up the inside, the Chevy will have to yield to that, and they'll follow down through Paddock.
So, yep, that means that we have now got the Volkswagen up to second place. Here comes the Cruise back on the inside, or not. He has to back right, and he gets taken around the outside by the Honda, which might come down the inside. Here comes Fleming re-attacking as they head round towards the left-hander at Graham Hill Bend. He has to back right out there, and very nearly gets the nose chopped off again by another Chevrolet. That was very close there. McGrath really was not letting that Honda through as they go through Surtees back into the McLaren. The Honda coming down the inside. Oh, they banged door panels there, and out wide goes the Chevrolet off into the gravel trap. Not quite. He's going to just survive it. Here comes the teammate. And Potter says thanks so much, boys, and goes through into fourth place down the inside.
You can see the Chevy left the door open just a bit too much there, so Fleming thought, I'll sneak through there up the inside. Two wheels on the curb, and fortunately there was a bit of contact that knocked him wide onto the grass, but fortunately these things do happen. But the Honda will now focus and try and get up to the back of the Kevin and see if he could catch him. But John's still in the lead there, keeping it as they go down into Druids. The left-hander just needs to keep it steady. But Kevin, I'm guessing he'll be tracking on the back of that Honda looking to get a pass.
We are on the last lap now, coming to the final sector of the race now. The Golf is still catching. Can Van der Bosch make a move as they come into the final corner out of Clearways? The Honda's got the lead, but the Volkswagen's got the room. Van der Bosch trying to get down the inside as they come down the start-finish straight, getting squeezed towards the pit wall. And he can be first to finish, and John Smith gets it on the line.
John just on the line from Kevin. Wow, what a race at the end there. What a race.
So an incredible finish to that first feature race of the season with the touring cars. That, you doesn't get much closer than that on the transponder readings. The ST's the final car home. There was only 7 finishes to that race, so I'll get a full result for you in just a few moments' time. But that was one hell of a finish to that race.
It certainly was, Ben. What a great season opener for these cars. As we say, with the new style cars, are probably handling a little bit different, a little different power. So these guys getting used to these cars as well. So they'll need to keep putting in the practice on these new tracks to try and get adjusted to how these cars handle, how they go, and see what lap times they could put in them compared to the older style cars that we used last season.
So yes, we do now have a result given for that race of the touring cars. So your race winner was number 4, John Smith in the Honda Civic. Second place was number 99, that's Kevin Van der Bosch in the Golf. And third went to Jordan Fleming in number 52, the second of the 2 Honda Civics. Fourth was the Chevrolet Cruze of Owen Potter, number 2. Fifth was the other Chevrolet Cruze of Aaron McGrath in number 20. Sixth was the Vauxhall Vectra of Ben Singleton, number 888. And then the 7th place car, the only other car left to finish, was Lapo Savi in the Focus ST car number 23. So that's your order for the finishing results. The split time at the end of that race was 3/100ths of a second, separating the top two when they crossed the finishing line to finish that race. Then it was a 2.2 second gap pretty much back to Jordan Fleming in third. So a very close finish amongst the top three. The whole field was separated by a gap of 16.876 seconds.
It shows you, Ben, how close the racing is when you're 3/100ths of a second on the line. So for it to be that close, we're looking ahead for an exciting season, I'd say.
Absolutely. The best lap of the race as well did go to our race winner. Did go to our second place car, I should say, Kevin van der Bosch, with a 47.674. He also managed to climb the most places. He went from position number 8 on the grid all the way up to position number 2, climbing 6 places in the 5 laps we saw there. And he got most of those places in the first lap of the race, it has to be said. And the best consistency in that race, according to the lap time charts, was Jordan Fleming with an average of 99.64. Top speed as well went to Kevin van den Bosch with 211.6 kilometres an hour, being the highest recorded speed all race long. But that concludes the touring cars this afternoon here at Brands Hatch. They'll be back next week on Thursday, 7 o'clock start at the Alton Park Island circuit for rounds 4 through to 6 of the series, as meeting number 2 gets into action next week, like I say, in Cheshire.